It's Hannah and Pinocchio. We're here to talk about games. As a kid, I had a really difficult time learning to read. Once I finally got the hang of it, there was no stopping me. I've always enjoyed the magic of being able to experience someone else's experience and the empathy that can foster. As a homeschooled Mormon, I had a minimum of experiences like that until I grew all the way up. When most kids would be figuring out how they like their hair, what kind of friends they get along with, and what their hobbies were, I was convinced winter storms were my fault, due to my monstrous faith crisis, among other things. This meant I didn't really develop preferences, as I was already self-analyzing in a heightened, mature way. It came about organically that playing more games would be good for my therapeutic recovery process. The idea is that it will offer a variety of new and challenging moments of novelty, which will hopefully help reinforce that new things can be fun, and that art is worthwhile. Due to my specific set of circumstances and background, I look for games in a different way than the standard consumer. I don't care much for labels, so I don't shop for things in that way either. Things I care about when choosing a game are loosely as follows: atmosphere, music, artistic quality, labor of love, accessible or worth working up to, personally interesting to me, and not too much like something I already have. This has led to a pretty neat smorgasbord of titles and systems to dig into. I hope you'll join me. When I first made my original wish list of games, I picked a lot of things off of other people's hidden gems or must-have lists. I'll list some of those down below. You probably already know about them though if you've happened upon me in my little channel. Then, per each system I owned or ended up with, I looked at the entire Wikipedia list of games released. Anything that piqued my interest, I did more research on, and I just narrowed things down from there. Some things that are still on my list are probably going to be on my list forever because they're just not available or they're too expensive, so they might just be there. But I did a good job of broadening my interests by not going and looking at like a specific genre or a specific type of gameplay because I don't know any of those things. And so I really didn't pigeonhole myself at all. It was just like, this sounds cool. What a weird word, or I've never heard of that. What's that? And then I look it up, and if it sounds like something interesting story-wise or development-wise, or if the art style looks interesting to me, then I'm trying to be open to it. Once I started to play, it became even more apparent that I didn't yet have the skills to just jump in and play any game. Celeste beat me down before I got 5 strawberries. I'd have to start small. For some reason, Katamari Damacy Reroll really struck a chord with me, despite its wonky ways. I loved it and beat the game and wanted to keep going. Donut County was the next thing that I mastered. It was unlike anything I'd ever thought of, and that made my brain feel excited and alive. The puzzles were challenging, rewarding, and funny. I was having fun. I made a mistake in my last video where I incorrectly attributed clips from the game Feather to the game Airy: A Journey Through Time. To rectify this, my next release will be a brief review of both games.